Welcome back to Bulgaria and welcome back to Bdin Vidin in our Football Manager 24 Build a Nation save, where we currently find ourselves in phase 4 of our journey to become the number 1 ranked nation in Europe, having completed phases 1, 2 and 3 on our journey so far.
Yes, hello again guys and welcome back to Bulgaria again. We are 29 games out of 30 into Season 5's preliminary phase. We're here today to have a look at back what's happened in the last 9 games, see where we are in the league table, take on our final game of the preliminary phase, where then we can move on into that championship group, which, a little bit of a spoiler there, we are in the championship group. Of course, you probably gathered that from the last episode. Unless we had a massive collapse, we were always going to be in that group. It's a question of whereabouts in that group that we do finish. There's not really too much to look over this time out. There's been no new signings, anything like that, so we're probably going to go straight into the game highlights. So our first game in this little run of fixtures was against CSK Sofia, and we took the lead through Marcus's first goal for the club. So a good result and a disappointing result both at the same time. CSK Sofia are a very, very good team. Don't get me wrong, they've not had the best of seasons though, and we were leading at half time and we conceded in the 85th minute, which was disappointing. We just haven't hit the target enough in this game, and I've played Sirikos as the striker in this one, and he's not played particularly great. He has done most of his work for us this season on that right hand side, and he's been really, really good there. Controlled possession again though, more passes completed, more passes attempted than the opposition. It's just disappointing to drop the points. Next up was Lokomotiv Plovdiv in revenge for earlier in the season. Cabral goes going in the 9th minute before the result was made safe. Poor throw from Kies, but Cabral picked it up, found Sirikos, who picked up yet another assist. Good ball to Hamash. So revenge against Lokomotiv Plovdiv for earlier on in the season, and we thoroughly deserved the victory as well. We've restricted Plovdiv to 0 shots on target, which is absolutely fantastic considering last season's defensive woes that we had. But it was Pape Cabral and Ilyas Hamash with the goals early on in the first half. We've played really, really well. Sirikos actually played quite well as the striker in this game. He's picked up another assist for us, but a good result all round. A 3-1 away win to Itar followed. We did go a goal down, but Mulangu's shot was blocked. Sirikos picked it up, pulls it back for Cabral, and it's another assist for Sirikos. We then took the lead coming in towards the 70th minute. Burakovic with the ball forward into Mulangu. Well tackled, but Faucher picks up the pieces and slots past the goalkeeper. And we made the result safe. Just 5 minutes later, Faucher with the ball into Marcos. Checks back to Burakovic. Ball across to Kies, who's there with a thumping finish. Another good result in the next one away to Itar. We did concede first, as I alluded to there in the highlights. But Pape Cabral, Christophe Faucher and Jenslo Kies all on the score sheet. All 3 of our French loanees there getting the goals, and thoroughly deserved. Another assist for Sirikos. I know I keep banging on about it, but I've had him since he was 16 years old. He's my player, and I've developed him to the point where he's at, which I'll maybe show you at the end of the season exactly how well he has developed. He's becoming a very, very good player for Bulgarian football. A disappointing result next time out to Lokomotiv Sofia, losing the game. Cabral came close with a header off the post. The ball's up in the air and Faucher heads it in. Now this result was very, very disappointing, losing to Lokomotiv Sofia. They're not the best team in the division, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the manner of the defeat, and it's the fact that we've only hit the target once. The fact we've only had 6 shots altogether. We've not really controlled the possession or the passing like we do against most teams. It's just a poor result all round. The only person who can really hold the head high is Christophe Faucher. Maybe Cabral alongside him, but other than that, it was a very, very poor result, and we lost ground because of it. Back to winning ways against Hibar though. Barkok getting the goal from the penalty spot after we again conceded early, and we got the second one just after half time. Barkok advancing down the left hand side, pulls the ball back for Bettini, and it's a great finish from the Italian. We did bounce back next time out though against Hibar, and Hibar had the shots. Don't get me wrong, they did have their shots. They've had 13, which is 6 more than we've had the whole game, but we've absolutely controlled the ball throughout the entirety of the game. Barkok, who, let's be honest, last season he was pretty much our star player. He struggled a bit for game time this season though, with us bringing some better players in, but he did find the back of the net from the penalty spot. He's also picked up the assist for Bettini's goal. So the Moroccan is still doing it for us when he's called upon, but a good result, particularly after losing that one to Lokomotiv Sofia. And it looks like we finally got the better of Levski Sofia after they embarrassed us in our first season in the top flight. Good work down the right-hand side by Marcos. Good header from Syracuse for a 1-0 win. And we continue that into the next game, as I alluded in the highlights. When we first got promoted to this top flight, Levski Sofia absolutely thumped us. And this is the second time that we have beaten them in the league this season. You'll also see in a moment that we've been drawn against them in the semi-final of the Cup as well. So we'll see how we got on against them there. But Syracuse, as the striker, picked up the Man of the Match award. Hasn't got an assist in this one, but he did get the goal. Levski will probably feel a little bit hard done to. They were arguably the better team. But defensively, we were very, very good. Down the spine of the field, Gunnarsson, Diogo Silva, Moka Bakila, Bettini, Cabral, Syracuse, all getting good ratings there. Foucher's done well as well. So good result away to Levski Sofia. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep that going, and we were beaten quite comfortably at home by Bdin Vidin. We did get one goal, though. Hamash pulls the ball back for Foucher, who scores. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep that going, and it was quite a poor result, really, against Bdin Vidin. We just didn't turn up at all for this game. We've only managed 6 shots. They've tripled our number of shots at goal, tripled our number of shots on target as well. Foucher's the only one who's played particularly well in this one. The front three were really, really poor. But Bdin deserved their win. Simple as that. But next time out, a resounding victory against Berot. Hamash with a corner. Bettini scores again. Great header there from the Italian. We got the second on the hour mark. Syracuse with the ball across towards Hamash, who heads in. And we made sure in injury time at the end of the game, Hamash finds Syracuse. Ball to Blagijevic. Great finish. But it was back to winning it ways against Berot Staria Zagora. A very nice win. Maybe it's not as comfortable as we would have liked, but you can see we were really good down the left-hand side of the pitch. But Syracuse with 2 assists again, 3 key passes. You may notice that we've had to play Velichkov in goal for the last couple of games. Gunnarsson's picked up an injury, so the young man Velichkov has come in. He's done okay. He played in that game against Bdin Vidin, where he did concede 3 goals, but maybe not so much entirely his fault. But this was a great result. Bettini, Hamash and Blagijevic getting it on the score sheet. Blagijevic's goal was an absolute thing of beauty as well. But again, Syracuse keeping us turning. And we went on to record another victory. Syracuse down the right hand side. Good ball to Cabral. Pulls it across for Oberti. Good save by the keeper, but Bettini taps it in. And finally, in this little run of fixtures, in this final third of the preliminary phase, was a 1-0 away victory to Bdin Vidin. Marco Bettini with the only goal of the game. Bdin again probably feel a little bit hard done to. They did have more chances at goal than us. Again, we've controlled the ball though, and we've had a really, really good performance, particularly defensively. And that is the big improvement that we've made this season as a club, is defensively we're doing much, much better. Gunnarsson, you can see, is back in this one. He has picked up the man of the match performance as well, which is great. So here's a look at the schedule after that little run of fixtures. Last time, of course, you were here, we all know, was that 2-2 draw with CSK 1948. We then had January off for the winter break. We come back, we've been in good form, only losing 2 of those 9 games, winning 6 and drawing 1. Been a really, really good performance in the league so far this season from Bdin, and that is reflected in the league table, where we find ourselves still in that 3rd position coming into the final game of the preliminary phase. We're just 2 points ahead of CSK 1948. We've got a little bit of a cushion to Bdin Vidin though. Looks like Ludogorets are going to be the champions again. They're 7 points clear of Levski Sofia, but we ourselves are only 4 points behind them, which is absolutely fantastic. You can see that Klimis Syracuse is the leading assister in the league as well. He's also got the most player of the match awards, which is again absolutely fantastic for our young Greek charge. So then, guys, that should be us all caught up now. As to where we are, it's been an excellent season here as the manager of Bdin, and we're looking to push on into that European qualification spot now, which I believe there's 5 now in Bulgaria. I could be totally wrong with that and the way I've interpreted the coefficients. If we're in the top 3, it doesn't really matter because that's Europe anyway, and I think that's pretty much where we need to be now. I think it's the only way we're going to topple the likes of Ludogorets, maybe Levski. We are right behind Levski. It's more about Ludogorets, who we need to topple in the table now, and the only way we're going to do that is with a bit of money, and we need European football for that. But we come into the last game today. We are at home to Bela Sitsa, who do find themselves bottom of the table. Unfortunately, guys, sorry, but it is the last game of the preliminary phase. So we'll go through the lineup. In goal, we have Gunnarsson. He has missed a couple of games for us this season, just the two through injury, but you can see there that his league record is much, much better this season. Played 27, conceded 28 with 8 clean sheets. He's been really, really good this season, and that's because the defence in front of him have been so much better as well. On the right side of the defence today, we have Jensslaw Kies, the man on loan from Rennes. Again, he's had a really good season, a 6.75 average rating. Goals and assists could be better, but then he is playing as an inverted wing-back / full-back, so he's not really getting into the positions to create anything going forward, but again, he's had a good season. Moka Bakila, the young Congolese man on loan from Monaco, again, has had a really, really good season for us, a 6.9 average rating, done really, really well. Alongside him, Diogo Silva, our record signing at 5.75k. We've got a long way to go, guys. 5.75k is our record signing, but the 22-year-old Brazilian has had a good season, a 6.92 rating. He's got 1 goal for us. He is improving as well as a player. Of course, at the age of 22, he still will do that. Maybe he's not the long-term solution, but he's definitely something that we're using at the minute. And at left back is Jesnan Burakovic. He's had a good season, a 6.87 rating. He's got 2 goals, 5 assists. His attributes are really, really good. The Bosnians, he's a consistent, good FBet League player. He's had a good season for us. Into the midfield, it is Marco Bettini, and he's been a fantastic signing for us so far. In his 9 appearances, he's got 3 goals with a 7 average rating. Attributes are really good. 25 years old, there's plenty of life left in him yet. The fact that he's an EU national as well, and he's got a resolute personality, really, really go for him. A good player and a great signing. Occupying that centre mid on attack role today is Pape Cabral, the Frenchman on loan from Monaco. Again, has had a good season, 5 goals and 1 assist in the league with a 6.87 average rating. He's done slightly better in the cups. He is improving as a footballer as well, but he's still only, again, a young man. Alongside him is the advanced playmaker in the centre of midfield, the 20-year-old Frenchman Christophe Faucher has had a great season, a 6.96 with 6 goals and 3 assists. Attributes are crazy for the division that we're in. Another great player. Left-hand side of the midfield is Ilyes Hamash, the Algerian, 25 years old. Again, has been a good signing, a 7.15 average rating so far in his 6 starts for the club. 2 goals, 3 assists. Has done really well. He just doesn't like big matches, which is a little bit of a letdown. He has got a fairly determined personality, though. Again, he's had a good start to life here in Bulgaria. On the right, possibly the star player for the season, Klimis Sirikos, a player we signed as a 16-year-old. He's now 19, 7.28 average rating in the league, 4 goals, 12 assists in 21 appearances, improving all the time. He's got good pace. His crossing could do with being better, don't get me wrong. You can see that we are learning, training his crossing. Needs to improve on his consistency, but again, he's got a resolute personality. Doesn't cost us a lot of money. He's on very, very low wages, and his value is increasing all the time. He still has got potential to grow into as well. Up top for today, we're going to go with Marwan Opati. He scored 3 goals in his 5 starts for the club this season with a 6.99 average rating. Probably not played as much football as he would have liked, but we've rotated that striker position so much this season, trying to find one that can do the business for us, and we've not really found one. I think Panache is still our top scorer. He is leaving at the end of the season, though, Panache. His contract does expire, and I'm not going to renew it. So we're on the hunt for a striker in the summer, basically, guys. But hopefully, Marwan can grab the goals for us today. So there we are, guys. Let's go and get into this final game of the preliminary phase. Right, so we're underway then. Final game. Can we close that gap to Levski Sofia and be the team that finishes in 2nd place? That would be a great season for us. 10 minutes on the board, though, and we've not really threatened Belasica yet, which is a little bit disappointing considering they are bottom of the table. And finally, we get our first highlight. Almost 20 minutes into the game. Faucher with the ball into Bettini, the Italian. Comes back to Diogo Silva. Gives it to Burakovic. Diogo Silva again. Squares the ball across to Moka Bakila. Diogo Silva. Patient build-up. Bettini. Moka Bakila into Kies. Comes out wide, finds Sirikos on this right-hand side. Can he get himself another assist? Ball into Cabral. Gives it back to Kies. Kies inside the area. Kies with the effort. Did the goalkeeper save that? I think he did. It's some save by the goalkeeper if he has. And it's going to be Hamash to take the resulting corner towards that near post. Diogo Silva doesn't jump for the ball, but it falls at the feet of Faucher, who strikes it, and the goalkeeper's made another great save for Belasica. And we're going to get another corner on this left-hand side. Hamash again. Can Diogo Silva jump this time? That would be a good start, wouldn't it? It's towards Cabral instead. It's a poor header, though, from Cabral. But we're straight into the next highlight, and it's the goal kick for Belasica, which we win in the midfield through Cabral. Sirikos gives the ball out to the left, and Hamash driving forward. Tackled well by the defender, but the ball falls to Obati. Cabral's moved it on. Sirikos, nice little run. He's only gone and missed it. I think he was offside anyway, to be honest. It was a great run from Sirikos and a good pass to find him, but we're still coming. It's Obati, and now Sirikos has scored. Got his 7th of the season. Obati used his strength, really. Got the ball across to Sirikos and just had to tap it into an empty net. Right, approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half, and it's a goal kick for Bdin. Moka Bakila finds Kies on the right-hand side. So it gives it to Cabral. Sirikos, ball forward, looking for Obati. It's a poor pass, though, from the Greek. And it goes back through to their goalkeeper, who just gives it straight back to us. And Diogo Silva finds Bettini. Diogo Silva again. He's got Burakovic to the left of him. Finds Faucher into Cabral. Here comes Bdin again. Cabral's a force wide. Sirikos runs inside. Can Cabral cross it? He can. It's almost gone in. But the goalkeeper's plucked it up off the floor on his line there. Boyadjev goes along again. Is he going to give it straight back? He does. Moka Bakila wins it, but the Belasica players win it in the middle of the park, but Bettini steps across, covers his defence and wins the ball back, and now it's with Burakovic into Cabral. He's got Opati ahead of him. Opati, can he finish? He can, of course he can. Marwan Opati with his 8th of the season finishes nicely to make it 2-0 to Bdin before half-time. We could still make it 3. Kies with this throw-in on the right-hand side. It's a shocking throw-in, though, and Belasica do manage to clear the ball. Good tackle by Diogo Silva, though, and it's Sirikos. It gives it to Cabral to the back post, and Hamash who's in on the volley. Ilyes Hamash makes it 3 before half-time. It could get worse for Belasica in this first half. We've got the kick-off highlight before we've reached even injury time in this first half. It's Chakarov on the right-hand side for Belasica. Finds Ivanov, gives it back to Chakarov. We're putting the pressure on here. They've forced back to the goalkeeper, who's just going to go long, and we should win this in the air, which we do through Diogo Silva. Finds Faucher. Bettini, the Italian, finds Cabral. He's got Sirikos outside of him. Here is Sirikos. Looks to take it past his man. Use some of that pace that he's got. Can he whip the ball into the box? He can. It's a cross for... Is it Hamash who's put it in? No, it's been given as an own goal, and we do make it 4 before half-time. We've scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes in this game, guys. And that is half-time. And we have been absolutely dominant in this game. We've had 71% of the ball. 5 shots on target, 4 of which have gone in. 1 was given as an own goal, which I'm sure Hamash would have scored anyway. But that's a great first half of football. Right, into the second half, guys. Our first highlight with about 25 minutes remaining. I have just made a triple substitution. They haven't taken effect yet, but I've changed the front 3, basically. Trying to get some confidence for players like Agnero, who's not had the best of starts here. But it is Bdin with the ball. It's Sirikos finding Moka Bakila. Gives it back to Sirikos again. Can he use some of his pace? No, he comes back to Moka Bakila. Gives it to Kies. Sirikos, now he's got a little bit of space to get into. Can he deliver the ball for another assist? It's towards Obati. Got it stuck underneath his feet, but Hamash gathers the ball. Obati, Hamash into the back post, and Sirikos, who's there, gets his 8th of the season on the volley. And we're looking to really make Belasica pay, and we're coming down this right-hand side again. Mulangu gives the ball into the box. It's a bit of a poor cross, but he gets it back from the shocking header, and Cabral's head is absolutely woeful. It's gone harmlessly over the bar. He should be at least hitting the target there. Mulangu with this corner into the final 10 minutes towards that near post. Again, we don't jump at that near post, but Faucher does gather it back, and it's Kies. He's got Moka Bakila alongside him. Just taking his time. Finds Diogo Silva. Diogo Silva turns back. Finds Bettini. Bettini with a clip ball over to the left-hand side of Marcos inside the area. Who's being fouled, apparently, by Chakarov. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It just like Marcos stopped running. Did Chakarov try to kick through him? It's been given as a penalty. Not sure about that one. But it's Marcos to take the penalty to make it 6-0 to Bdin. Left-footed, steps up. Goalkeeper started to go the wrong way. Changed his mind at the last minute, but the ball was already past him. And Abraham Marcos gets his 2nd goal for the club. Well, that was an exceptional performance and absolutely dominant. 73% of the possession. We've restricted Belasica to just the 1 shot on target. Opati picks up the Man of the Match award with a goal and an assist. Sirikos getting 2 goals in this game. But another great performance from Bdin. Right, I just wanted to click forward to the point where Levski, Sofia and Ludogorets and CSK 1948 played their last games of the preliminary phase. Unfortunately, all three of them won, so the gap to Levski Sofia does remain at 3 points. 4 points, beg your pardon. Ludogorets look like they're going to be the champions again. CSK 1948 keep that pressure on us, just behind us on 2 points. Good news is, though, that we do have the second leg against Levski in the cup, and they've played later than us, which means they're possibly quite tired. And just to let you know how that first leg did go, we did win 4-3. It was 1-1 at half time, and then we went 3-4, 1 up. We went 4-1 up, and we've conceded 2 late goals to Palistri and Diamande, which has made the game a little bit more uncomfortable for us. The second leg, of course, where we're at home, but it's another good win against Levski Sofia. So guys, that wraps up today's episode. That wraps up the preliminary phase of the league in Season 5. There's only 5 games for us in the Championship group. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the last game of that, where hopefully we've qualified for Europe. Another thing that I haven't pointed out yet in this episode is we're under a potential board takeover again. Again, it's about the 5th one we've had now. This one is possibly a local investor and the owner is looking to sell the club. It probably won't happen. Like the other 4, it would probably come back and say the chairman says it's a load of rubbish. We've upgraded the training facilities since you were last with us as well. And we're having a great time of it here at Bdin, and things are going really, really well. So until the end of that Championship group, guys, which is not too far away, I'll see you later. Cheers, guys.